Okay, today we are looking at progressivism. And if you are not progressive, this is not the pursuit of happiness for you, my friend. So Franklin D. Roosevelt, he came up with this idea during World War II. Now, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights were and are political rights. But Franklin, he felt people needed economic rights as well. So, in addition to citizenship, we all should have social citizenship, he believed. Now, Giddens, okay, the sociologist, Mr. Don't remember the name. Well, that crackhead, he calls this the third way, okay? The third way, social citizenship. And Bill Clinton and Tony Blair and the like, they have all joined this choir. Pimps are less interested in money than these guys. Social citizenship. It's all about, helping the marginalized and the outcasts in society, aka the poor and the infirmed and, the handicapped or the disabled. So we have to get these people included in the economy and in social relations and in society. Hence, social citizenship. The idea behind social citizenship is, and as a feminist, I agree with this one, that to be a citizen, in addition to formal and legal rights, you have to be included. Okay, not excluded, included. Even the shut-ins. So, women, we have historically been excluded, not included. And we have even lacked formal and legal rights. Women have been placed under headship based solely on their sex. Being a woman was and is some kind of infirmity, apparently. And other groups in society have had similar fates, like the blacks with slavery. And of course, today we have these global care chains, aka human trafficking, that lead to illegal immigration. And these illegals, they lack all citizenship. They believe that citizenship is obtained through presence, apparently. Now, listen, communists, they don't believe in borders, they don't believe in nations, they don't believe in human rights or citizenship. They believe in a centrally planned economy, or as I call it, a centrally planned disaster. Listen, it's not the economy, stupid. It's the centrally planned economy, stupid. But I digress. These are the globalists, and they want to do away with all formal and legal rights and social citizenship in their, twisted minds, is that we all have the wonderful right to join their centrally planned economy as marginalized slaves, marginalized women. We should all bow to the headship of the centrally planned economy with no free will. That's the social contract. Now, living under communism, it's like being a woman in the Catholic religion. You are marginalized, and as a Christian under communists, your basic formal and legal rights are stripped away from you. This process of, turning out the lights, It's a gradual thing. Of course, communists are not dumb. Well, they are dumb, but that's besides the point. So they start a process of socialism, of turning out the lights, that gradually dumbs you down to a woman, a slave. Like in Norway, they are now telling us Christians that Christianity is a personal and private thing. It's a personal belief, they say. And it has no role in the public life, in the public arena. I mean, let me translate this, okay? Humanism is the nation's religion, not Christianity. Humanism is the state religion. This is the end goal of communists, turning Christianity into a marginalized, oppressed group, turning Christianity into a woman, a slave, a person or an individual that would be under headship by a stronger vessel, aka communists. And Christians, they should be discreet about their faith, okay? They should be discreet about their beliefs, their personal beliefs. I mean, put on a burqa, woman, and hide your shame, because humanism, that's the celebrated religion. Now, in the UN, in the United Nations, the experts, hallelujah, the experts, they say it's going to take another 300 years to get to gender equality between men and women. 300 years! So, these human ethics prophets are prophesying 300 years of socialism worldwide. I mean, when you hear this, you might be tempted to say prophecy was done away with in Jesus' time. These are the priests of Baal, okay? The prophets of Baal. But listen. For no other reason than to prove these false prophets wrong, prove these human ethics prophets wrong, maybe we should speed it up. Speed and victory. That's something that the brethren might like. I don't know. Speed and victory. Sounds nice. So, 7 years ago, well, give or take, Franklin Roosevelt was thinking, I feel the need for speed. I mean, no wonder he said, look to Norway. We are known for speed and service. Now listen, I kind of like Franklin Roosevelt. I think Franklin Roosevelt is, okay. But the Republicans, they think he's a real asshole. He has been a bee in their bonnet for 80 years. More like a wasp's nest, but I digress. Listen, politics, it's not a popularity contest. I mean, love the guy, hate the guy. The New Deal, it's a magic trick, okay? It's a sleight of hand. So this poker game has been called, it's a bluff. Social citizenship, it is a communist tactic. And in a constitutional republic, you are already included in the republic. You are a citizen and you have these rights formally. It's the communists who are, trying to do away with the Bill of Rights, not the other way around. The economic Bill of Rights, it's what captivity looks like, okay? Humanists, they promise security but what they deliver is captivity. And humanists promise provision, but what they deliver is marginalization. Now, I've heard men say that women want a provider and they want security. But the women I meet, they want equality and freedom. I mean, it's time to drive out the Jezebel spirit. Genesis 3:16, manipulation, domination, and control. Genesis 3:16. It's a big red flag. Now, Franklin Roosevelt, he did a power grab. And there are power sharks out there who thrive on headship. It's the Jezebel spirit. And Franklin Roosevelt, I mean, he made a shark tank and he led captivity captive. You ask me, Franklin Roosevelt is some kind of juggernaut. Now, that's a term from Hinduism, okay? A juggernaut. It's a violent religious cult, aka men, aka the sons of Odin, okay? Aka the sons of fury. This is what the psychologists call narcissistic rage. And I guess in the Hindu religion, Franklin Roosevelt, he must be a high caste man. I mean, being reincarnated in the Roosevelt family. Well, listen, I am not a Hindu, and I don't believe in the class system religiously, and I don't believe in reincarnation. Incarnation, however, but the class system, it is a big power shark. And power grabs like this, they have to be fought with equal power. Now in the US, they have social mobility. In Christianity, we call this manifesting destiny. And this power move is not for the faint of heart. New levels, new devils. Did you hear me? New levels, new devils. Jesus said, you cannot go where I am going. So Luke 1:33 says, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. Of his kingdom, Jesus' kingdom, there shall be no end. I mean, talk about big dreams. No end. So as you ascend the heights of Christian enlightenment and intimacy with God, you will begin to do exploits that increase his kingdom, Jesus' kingdom, and likewise threaten the reign of Satan in the earth. New levels, new devils. Now in the movie Avatar, there's this Taruk Makto, the baddest cat in the sky. You see, I know a thing or two about power grabs, okay? This is the writer of The Last Shadow, okay? Fury. So, of his kingdom there shall be no end. You know, Roosevelt, he should be a diagnosis in psychology. And to tell you what I believe about Roosevelt, well, to quote Arthur Spooner in The King of Queens, are you interested in the real story or just the patriotic crap that they want you to believe? I mean, I love Arthur Spooner. I think my favorite movie line ever was Arthur Spooner giving his thoughts on his in-laws. You know, oh, we saved for our retirement. How bourgeois. But I digress. So to talk about progressivism, maybe I should quote Martin Luther King Jr. We must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. That's from the speech, What is your life's blueprint? And if you ask me, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, it's a good place to start to manifest destiny, the blueprint of your life. There are people out there hell-bent on taking your rights away from you. They want to marginalize you, treat you like a casteless pariah, a scapegoat. They want to treat you like an illegal, an outcast. And like a violent religious cult, they would like to prey on your gifts, abilities, powers, and blessings. These are the fascists. And let me tell you, they would rather kill you than see you free. Okay? This is jealousy. And they would rather kill you than see you happy. This is hate. And they would rather kill you than hear the truth. This is fury. And needless to say, jealousy, hate, and fury, it's, murderers. Now back to the psycho, they are power sharks. Now back to the psychoanalysis of Franklin D. Roosevelt. You see, I don't think a shipload of psychiatrists and psychologists could name his status. You see, his power grab during the Depression and World War II, well, it might seem like he wanted to replace the founding fathers. I mean, imagine that. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the founding father. Now, what worldview would that invite? But I don't believe this was his intention in action. I believe he wanted to speed up things. Listen, maybe he was impatient. The truth is, Franklin D. Roosevelt, he is the godfather of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And it's just upside down communism, okay? Because in communism, inclusion is exclusion, and equity is, you better be red or you're gonna be dead. And diversity, listen, these people, they live in a commune, okay? Not in a parish. And this third way, I believe, was a power grab to put the country in ludicrous mode, to use a Tesla term. That muscle car, Tesla, has over 600 horses. No telling what will happen if you put the pedal to the metal. Maybe Franklin was afraid of being surpassed by the speed monsters, okay? Norwegians. Theodore Roosevelt, he said, "Stop the Norwegians." Listen, Norwegian, it should definitely be a diagnosis in psychology. Listen, I'm just fooling around, okay? I don't believe in psychology. I find it hilarious. But, maybe Norwegian is a Roosevelt personality trait. I feel the need for speed. Or as Martin Luther King Jr. said, by all means, keep moving. When tradition becomes a force for progress, then what the hell is the enemy up to? Progressives, they will board the Trump train because, it's actually moving forward. And Roosevelt, I believe he was the good Samaritan, okay? The good power shark. Now listen, the Republicans, they might nuke me. I mean, did she call Roosevelt the good Samaritan? Well, 'tis the season, right? Emmanuel, the strong God with us. Let me tell you what the juggernaut will do, what narcissistic rage will do. It will write a narrative, a meta narrative, okay? Um, the blueprint. Well, actually, what it does, it just finds a scapegoat, okay? It's like the brothers of Joseph in the Bible. I mean, not only did they try to kill him and kill his narrative, they killed him in their narrative too. Um, this is the clash of civilizations, okay? It's the world order. It's not life view, it's not world view, it's world order. Of his kingdom there shall be no end. Emmanuel, the strong God with you. Okay? Merry Christmas.